Residents at Brightview Senior Living Communities enjoy enhanced possibilities, independence, and choice. Brightview Dulles Corner in Herndon and Brightview, Great Falls, offer vibrant senior independent living, assisted living, and memory care services through various daily programs and cultural events. Chef-prepared meals, safety and security, transportation, resort-style amenities, and high-quality care. Everything you need is here. Discover more at brightviewseniorliving.com. Equal housing opportunity.
MITRE's mission is to solve problems for a safer world. If you have a passion for applied cybersecurity with skills in infrastructure threat intelligence, deterrence technologies, advisal threat emulation, or intelligence analysis, explore the many challenging and fulfilling career opportunities at mitre.org/careers. That's mitre.org/careers.
At Amica Insurance, we know it's more than a life policy. It's about the promise and the responsibility that comes with being a new parent. Being there day and night, and building a plan for tomorrow, today. For the ones you'll always look out for, trust Amica Life Insurance. Amica. Empathy is our best policy.
Everyone, it's Amanda Rieger Green. Welcome to Soul Sessions and welcome to August. We are about to enter this incredibly accelerated energy astrologically and numerologically. And I know I've been talking about the energy accelerating all year. Now it feels like the pace and the speed of energy and our consciousness is starting to get on the same frequency. Like things are happening. And if they don't feel like they're happening immediately or fast enough, there's something accelerated that almost feels like, whoa, I've entered a new plateau. I'm not sure how to navigate this. And it feels a little bit foreign and unknown, but I know something deeper. And if you're sensing that or feeling that, that's what I'm talking about. And it is kind of bizarre and it can be jarring, but it's almost like being in this quantum frequency where you show up for your day, you're going through the motions, but there's a peace or a trust or a depth that goes with the surface level stuff. And I don't mean that we just coast in and live in this all the time, because I can swing high to low. But when you have those moments where you're like, oh, everything is good, or it's coming together, or I'm right where I'm supposed to be, just take a moment and really acknowledge that for yourself and smile. I'm always like, and smile, because that endorphin that's released, it's kind of like it sets the mold, it sets it into place neurologically or energetically or physiologically. I always love to mimic something with my body. That way it's like I'm giving this signal to my brain and my biology to like click into place. I'm going to talk about the energies of August, but I want to start out with some journal prompts for you, because the numerology in the month of August and the astrology, it really paves the way for some deep reflection and looking back and really going a little bit deeper in order to go further. So a journal prompt I want to give you to start is, what aspects of my inner self need more attention and recognition this month? How will I create time for these aspects of myself? Another journal prompt is, it's really a reflection. Reflect on a recent experience that brought you closer to your spiritual self. What did you learn from it? All right, I've got a couple more journal prompts, but I think I'm going to give them to you at the end because it'll all track with some of the things that we're talking about this month. As we enter August, a few things are going on. One, we are in something that is called the Lion's Gate portal, and this runs every year from July 26th to August 12th. The Lionsgate portal, and I'm going to do a whole podcast on this next week. You can listen. There'll be a blog post as well. But the Lionsgate portal, the actual day of the Lionsgate is 8/8, August 8th. And guess what? You'll know we're in an 8 numerological year. So this year it's 888. So it's a really powerful astro numero code. But what happens during the Lionsgate period, the Earth, Sun, Sirius, and Orion, the constellation Orion, come into alignment. And the ancient Egyptians recognize this. It's very connected to planetary bodies, the Earth's gravitational pull, but it's essentially a spiritual gateway that triggers deeper consciousness, higher consciousness, abundance, manifestation. So I want you to pay attention to this. Do a little bit of research for yourself on it. And like I said, I will be doing a podcast on this. But the 8/8 numerology date and Lionsgate that happens this year, it's a big power play energy for setting intentions, manifestation, paying attention to your intuition, maybe doing a little meditation, and I'll talk more about that later. But we are in the Lionsgate, and as we shift from July to August, we move from a 6 universal month in numerology in July to a 7 month in August. And here's the kicker. And I just got the audio companion for the numerology guidebook for the second half of the year recorded. So it's August through January. And y'all, it's good. I was so into this. I think it's probably 2.5, 3 hours worth of material because I was taking the numerology guidebook and then I was going deeper with all of the energy and all of the things that I have learned and the nuances and the frequencies of the 8. And I've been doing numerology a long time. It's my jam, but I'm always learning and fine tuning. And what I shared in the guidebook and the audio companion and go deeper into is August, September, October, November. They are so poignant and rich for growth and transformation and working with the number codes. If you're new to numerology, if you're already like, yes, numerology is my jam, you're going to love this. These months are important. They're alchemizing. I am hyped up and excited for the next few months. And guess what? We freaking have Mercury Retrograde happening at the beginning of August. And I'm like, bring it on, universe. Rewire me, upgrade me, give me the downloads, give me the glitches so I can work them out, tweak them, and go higher. And I mean, I truly feel exuberant about it. I'm like, bring on Mercury Retrograde. And that last Mercury Retrograde we had a few months ago was a pain in the ass. Like, I've got no other language for it. It was glitchy and weird. And look, we got a lot of glitches and weird stuff going on, but I'm like, show me the glitches. Crack my codes, universe. Bring it on. I feel enthusiastic because that's how the energy is starting to amp me up and feel. And again, hey, I have my moments and my mood swings, but in general, I'm feeling this excitement and peace simultaneously. And it's creating this really innate sense of higher consciousness and being and living. And I'm seeing it in other people too. And that accelerates and excites me. So August is a 7 month in an 8 universal year. This is significant for a couple of reasons, numerologically and astrologically. Numerologically, if you reflect back to 2023, we were in a 7 year in numerology. And we are in a 7 month in an 8 year in August. This is an excellent time to go back and reflect on what you were learning last year, where you were last year at this time, and where you are now, what you've learned through the course of this year, how you've grown, how you've shifted and changed. The 7 is also a very reflective energy in and of itself. Plus, Mercury will retrograde on the 5th. It retrogrades at like 1 a.m. Eastern time on the 5th. So it essentially, if you're on the Pacific coast of the United States, it retrogrades, later in the evening on the 4th. So on the 4th and the 5th, Mercury is stationing retrograde in Virgo, which is very practical. It's about analysis, precision, laser focus. So while Mercury is retrograding in Virgo, and it will back up into Leo on the 14th of August, and I'm going to delineate some of this for you all, but the combination of Mercury retrograde and the 7 in numerology says get very focused internally on where you've grown, what you're learning, where you've evolved, so you can pinpoint where you're going. And the numerology reflects that. The 8 universal year, the energy of abundance and expansion, really tapping into your unlimited potential. And that may sound like pie in the sky, but to me, it's expanding your heart and expanding your light, shining your light. And for goodness sakes, the sun is in Leo. If there's ever a time not only to shine your light, but ignite the light in others, it's now. And that's the thing I love about Leo energy. It is about being bold, and it's about courage, but it's about the development of personality, creative self-expression. When the Leo energy shines, when Leos are in their light and their element, they inspire light in others. And while Leo is ruled by the sun, and if you think about the sun, I always laugh about this because I'm like, yes, Leo is about the development of ego because the sun is at the center of the solar system. And it's like, look at me, like I want to be seen, all eyes on me, which really denotes the ego. But Leo is ruled by the heart chakra, and the connection between the solar plexus chakra and the heart chakra. When those two chakras energetically are aligned, opened, and balanced, it radiates higher consciousness because it comes from pure source energy, pure light. And think about this. When you are expressing yourself and your talents, when you feel at home in your own skin, comfortable, and you are able to fully be yourself, usually if you are with other people and in community, in connection with other people, your energy is magnetic or infectious or contagious. And if you remember a while back,
Residents at Brightview Senior Living Communities enjoy enhanced possibilities, independence, and choice. Brightview Dulles Corner in Herndon and Brightview, Great Falls, offer vibrant senior independent living, assisted living, and memory care services through various daily programs and cultural events. Chef-prepared meals, safety and security, transportation, resort-style amenities, and high-quality care. Everything you need is here. Discover more at brightviewseniorliving.com. Equal housing opportunity.
MITRE's mission is to solve problems for a safer world. If you have a passion for applied cybersecurity with skills in infrastructure threat intelligence, deterrence technologies, advisal threat emulation, or intelligence analysis, explore the many challenging and fulfilling career opportunities at mitre.org/careers. That's mitre.org/careers.
This is LeVar Arrington from Up On Game. The 24 Toyota Tacoma and Tundra both rank in the top 10 for resale value among all vehicles for 2024, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. So choose a Toyota and be confident that your vehicle will hold its value year after year, ride after ride. Visit buyatoyota.com to find out more. Vehicles' projected resale value is specific to the 2024 model year. For more information, visit Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Kelley Blue Book is a registered trademark of Kelley Blue Book Company, Inc. Toyota. Let's go places.
and if you remember a while back, I was talking about dark energy, heavy energy in people, and being able to see that, and then also recognizing how just because you see that, it doesn't mean we dim our light or lower our frequency to match the heavier energy of someone around us. And it's also not about overpowering and overshadowing somebody's energy, but it's finding the right balance of being true to yourself, shining the light within, and not needing your light to be calibrated by anything external. And if there isn't a good time to focus on your inner light and how you express yourself and how you are embracing your sovereignty, your unique self, this is the time. So harness that light. With the energy of the 7 and the 8 combination, the 7 is more introspective and reserved, and the 8 is more emboldened and extrovertedly dynamic because it pushes, it drives, it wants to spread out, whereas the 7 wants to go deep. It, to me, gives us a great opportunity to balance the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the internal and the external. And the 8 energy is also about creating balance and harmony and flow. So really looking at your quiet time, your solitude, and finding a balance between quiet, solitude, reflection, and then the external expression, socialization, and connectivity of yourself. So just think about balance this month and what balance looks like for you today. And I remember, you know how used to we would say work-life balance, and I don't ever say that anymore. I say life-work balance, and I actually don't even really say that anymore because I love what I do. I genuinely love my work. And yes, there are some days where it's like, oh, I got all this on my plate. But more often than not, my work is my life and my life is my work. It's one and the same. And yes, I do work on boundaries and healthy boundaries and, looking at my schedule and the time I'm spending. But in general, I am in this state of enjoyment. And gosh, I think about last year, this time, and I was really grieving and recuperating. And it's funny because I'm recording this on the 29th of July, and today is my mom's birthday. And, she is deceased. I miss her. But last year, this time on her birthday, I really, really was sad. Like I felt heavy. I felt a sadness and I missed her. And I can viscerally remember her birthday last year and it just feeling strange that she wasn't here. And I was feeling grief. The stuff that comes with grief, there's like guilt and maybe I should have done this and I could have done this. I was feeling all those things. Like, what didn't I behave better? Or why did I give her such a hard time? All that stuff was coming up. And yeah, I've dug deep and I've done the work and I'm in a different place today. And today on her birthday, of course, I knew it was her birthday and there's muscle memory, but I felt nothing but joy. And I've had some of the sweetest people reach out to me to say, thinking about your sweet mom today, hoping you're well, wishing her a happy birthday. I have a really dear friend who shares her birthday, these two Leos. And of course, I reached out to her and she's like, oh, you've been on my mind today. It's her birthday, but she's like, you've been on my mind because I was thinking about Lisa and missing you. But it was joyful. It was lighter this year. So as I was saying, reflect back to this time last year. Reflect back to what you were walking through this year. During the month of August a little bit, use the Mercury Retrograde. Mercury Retrograde is a time of reflection, revising, editing some things. And because Mercury governs the mind, our thoughts, information gathering and sharing, it is very helpful to really use the time as a time of revision. It's a time of editing. And Mercury will be retrograde in Virgo to start. And when Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, which I love, by the way. I love it when Mercury is in Virgo because it's detail oriented, it's analytical, and it's super practical. And what feels good to me is, and this is the question I always ask myself, is this useful? Am I being useful? Is my productivity, the actions I'm taking, the things on my plate today, is it productive and useful? With Mercury retrograde, it's a really good time to focus on the details while it's in Virgo. So Mercury will be retrograde in Virgo until the 14th of August. So think practically, what can you do around the house? What can you do to clean up your desk? What needs revising in your life, whether it's at work, it's at home? Think revision, revision, revision. Redo, reorganize, put in front of whatever you want to do, and then do something practically. Do it logically. Make a list and scratch stuff off the list, or put things in an order and check them off in that order. That's the best way to harness this energy. Once Mercury backs up into Leo, it's a different energy. It's a different Mercury retrograde. So we get like a split personality for this Mercury retrograde. So with the Sun in Leo and Mercury retrograding in Leo, it is a beautiful time to say, gosh, what are my heart's desires? What do I desire? What am I passionate about? Even if it is totally over the top, outlandish, outside your budget, outside the scope of your reality, just dream, desire, get clear with that stuff, because there's something spiritual of nature to it. And it's not about living in desire and passion all the time. It's about getting into your subconscious of, wow, what really lights my fire, or what would be so amazing or exciting. And it's funny because sometimes when we get into desires and then they manifest into reality, we're like, whoa, this isn't all it's cracked up to be. But this is not an exercise in playing things out. It's more about getting in tune with dreams that you have seated deep down, and feelings and emotions, and how that can be expressed in your life creatively. So while Mercury is retrograde in Leo, it may feel more passionate or emotional, or you may even feel more reserved, detached emotionally, because the numerology triggers that a bit. But that astrology, it kind of gives this reserved quality. So you might feel a little emotionally detached. You might not be feeling super passionate. Take note of that. It's not right or wrong, positive or negative. It's saying, whoa, like, I can't tell you what I'm desiring and feeling, and ask for it to be revealed, because something may be happening in your unconscious and reformulating or rewiring that. So when Mercury does station direct, which happens on the 28th of August, which means, hello, Mercury's retrograde all month. So just pack your patience, miscommunications, glitches. Do not sweat the small stuff. Know that it will shake out and more will be revealed and feel clearer and more directed in August. The numerology will help push that through. Just know that you're going through a cosmic upgrade, and you really may feel that.
Residents at Brightview Senior Living Communities enjoy enhanced possibilities, independence, and choice. Brightview Dulles Corner in Herndon and Brightview, Great Falls, offer vibrant senior independent living, assisted living, and memory care services through various daily programs and cultural events. Chef-prepared meals, safety and security, transportation, resort-style amenities, and high-quality care. Everything you need is here. Discover more at brightviewseniorliving.com. Equal housing opportunity.
MITRE's mission is to solve problems for a safer world. If you have a passion for applied cybersecurity with skills in infrastructure threat intelligence, deterrence technologies, advisal threat emulation, or intelligence analysis, explore the many challenging and fulfilling career opportunities at mitre.org/careers. That's mitre.org/careers.
This is Steve Covino from Covino and Rich. The 24 Toyota Tacoma and Tundra both rank in the top 10 for resale value among vehicles for 2024 according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. So choose a Toyota and be confident that your vehicle will hold its value year after year, ride after ride. Visit buyatoyota.com to find out more. Vehicles projected resale value is specific to the 2024 model year. For more information, visit Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Kelley Blue Book is a registered trademark of Kelley Blue Book Company, Inc. Toyota, let's go places.
There's a new moon on August 4th, and that's in Leo. So the sun and the moon are joined in Leo. And I tell you what, if there's a good time to burn something, this is the new moon to burn it. Because it's fiery, and it's also fire. Burning things has this beautiful quality of disintegrating something. But it also, the smoke that is created from burning something is like an offering to the gods. And I will never forget my friend Yael. We were doing a retreat together in Belize, and we were doing like a fire ceremony. And she was telling me how, while we were doing this fire ceremony, that the smoke that goes up to the gods, the indigenous people, we were talking about the Mayans because we were in Belize, it was like offerings to the gods, offerings to the universe. So it stuck with me, and it rang true of whenever I am burning a candle or burning sage and the smoke is burning, it's not just a clearing of energy, it's an honoring and an offering. There's something mystical about it. And this new moon is about setting some intentions around your passion, around your creative self-expression, and how you shine your light out in the world. And I would take it a step further to say, how can I shine my light out in the world and inspire others? And then feel that inspiration so it feels symbiotic. It's like inspiration, creativity, passion runs to and through me. So really think about where you feel creative, you feel fun, enjoyable, joyful, generous, and how you can express that to people in your life or out in the world, and do something on the 4th to be generous, because that way you're tracking with the energy. But I would definitely either light a candle, burn some sage. I have some eucalyptus and some roses I had dried. They're sitting outside, they've been drying, and on that new moon, I'm going to have a little fire ceremony and burn that stuff and write out my intentions, and I might burn my intentions and make it an offering. Do something magical. Do something that signifies that you are taking action, but also align it with some external action where you can be generous on the 4th and harness that energy. We have a full moon on August 19th, and it's a full moon in Aquarius, which is the opposite of Leo. And this is an intense full moon. Mercury will be full on in its retrograde. It'll be in Leo retrograde. And I have a feeling it's going to be jarring and wonky and bring a lot of old gunk and fear up to the surface. Maybe on the collective stage, it feels very disjointed. It feels a little bit uneasy. And what is being triggered during this full moon, when the moon is full in Aquarius? Aquarius is about humanity and the collective. It is about the collective consciousness. It's about the future. It's about a revolutionary future. And its polarity, Leo, is about there's this element of the I am and living from the heart and living from love. So it is a beautiful moon to embrace your love and your love light and how you express and experience and give and receive love. But what it will evoke is the opposite of that, is fear. So anywhere that fear is showing up for you, whether it is on the home front, work, money, health, relationships, romance, like wherever it is, wherever you are uncomfortable, fearful, and afraid, can you take your personal power and can you set some intentions around clearing and healing and whatever is happening on the world stage? and in world events that is triggering and disjointed, not taking that energy on and using your voice, your light, your empowerment, and your sovereignty to really control the narrative in your life, to be the leader of your own life. The sun will move into Virgo on the 22nd. And once the sun moves into Virgo, there we go, right into our practical energy of get it done. I was about to say get shit done, so I just went ahead and said it. But it's like, that's the energy. Like, to me, when the sun moves into Virgo, I'm like, let me reorganize things. Let me get stuff done and let me get it off my plate. And it feels good, but it's also a time to focus on health. Because Virgo does rule day-to-day routines, but it also rules our health and wellness. When the sun moves into Virgo, and then we will have a Virgo new moon in early September, it's always a good time to focus on your health and wellness routines. And it doesn't mean you have to just start something new, but thinking about one thing you can add to your day or one thing you might take away that's going to contribute to your wellness. This is the best time for that. Now, as I said earlier, I was going to give you a couple more journal prompts, and this really relates to Mercury Retrograde, the Lion's Gate, and the numerology, the energy of the 7 and the 8, which is in helping to balance the material and the spiritual world, which is a big cornerstone of the 8 energy, and the 7 really gives us the empowerment to think about this and bring it to our conscious awareness. So the journal prompt is, in what ways do I balance my material ambitions with my spiritual needs? Are there areas where I feel out of balance? How can I use my achievements and success to further my spiritual growth? I'm going to give you another set of journal prompts, and I hope you can reflect on and come back to these this month. I wanted to give you some journal prompts, some reflections, because I find this such a reflective month. And when I am reflective and I get clear and I think back and I start to put puzzle pieces together, which is definitely the energy of the 7, it's like I begin to move forward more discerningly and with more empowerment. So here's another couple of journal prompts. Describe a time when your intuition guided you to make a significant decision. What was the outcome? And this specifically relates to Virgo energy when the sun moves into Virgo. What practices can I incorporate into my daily routine to enhance my intuitive abilities? You could also put to enhance my wellness at the end of that. But the reason I'm bringing in intuitive abilities is I find the energy to be really synchronistic and psychic right now, like the downloads that are coming through and the psychic connections and the cosmic dots are blowing my mind. And I have to share this with everybody. I did the podcast last week and we were talking about numerology and seeing number codes. And I was talking about seeing like 1111 on the clock in my car and then looking down and seeing like, 3 ones on the odometer. I got so many people that reached out to me that were like, oh my gosh, I did that. And these are the numbers that I saw. And they correlated and they tracked. And it was really funny. One of our listeners, Sarah, who came on the podcast and we talked about how much she loved numerology. She's the one that printed out the numerology guidebook. She said, Amanda, I was listening to the podcast and literally, as you said that, I was driving and I looked at the clock face on the car and then I looked down at the odometer and they matched. And so she said immediately when she heard it, she did it. And then another friend of mine reached out and said, I did the same thing. And I heard that and then I looked down and the numbers were correlating. And listen, y'all, like where I get high with that is not what do the numbers mean. I get high by, oh my gosh, we're all paying attention. We're all seeing little bits of magic and higher frequency in our day. And does it have to have deep spiritual meaning? No. But what it has is a really high frequency. And it's just fun. It connects us. It brings joy to anything in the day. That lights my fire that people are doing that. And then they reach out to me. And then I just get this boost of excitement. And to me, that also brings forth this Leo energy I'm talking about. Is like spread the freaking love. Connect with the people you love. Share stuff with the people you love. Little happy bits in your day, or sad bits in your day. Just connect and reach out and shine your light. Let's make August poignant, loving, expansive, and let's do this retrograde to the best of our abilities so we can upgrade and up-level our consciousness and see a brighter, more loving, light-filled future, because we deserve it and we are here for it. Be well, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to Soul Sessions. If you've got questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Email us, podcast@soulsessions.me. If you love this podcast and you want to hear more, make sure you're following it, liking and subscribing, and sharing it with other people. Send this energy out. Share it with other people. Remember, you can always get your dose of Soul Sessions. New episodes drop on Wednesdays. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok. It's @SoulPathology, or check out soulpathology.com. I appreciate you and your light. Thanks for listening.
Residents at Brightview Senior Living Communities enjoy enhanced possibilities, independence, and choice. Brightview Dulles Corner in Herndon and Brightview, Great Falls, offer vibrant senior independent living, assisted living, and memory care services through various daily programs and cultural events. Chef-prepared meals, safety and security, transportation, resort-style amenities, and high-quality care. Everything you need is here. Discover more at brightviewseniorliving.com. Equal housing opportunity.
Am I doing the right thing with my finances? Am I saving enough? Can I buy a house? Am I paying too much in taxes? Will I be able to retire? Putting a financial plan together feels impossible. What if I told you there was another way? Take Facet's free financial wellness quiz to get your score and a snapshot of your current financial health. Visit Facet.com now and discover your financial wellness score today. That's FACET.com.
This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth Incorporated is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
MITRE is investing in a massive AI supercomputer to power a new federal AI sandbox. With AI's potential to drive transformational advances across industries, MITRE's expertise in healthcare, cybersecurity, transportation, finance, climate, and national security will be critical. Transform your career while helping solve problems for a safer world. Visit mitre.org/careers. That's MITRE.org/careers.